Hello, kiddies. 2 weeks ago, we were aboard a ship which had a talent contest, and I was in it. And told a story which I first heard from a woman who said she was a Zulu priestess. And this is over 50 years ago now. But the story has stuck with me all these years. And as I told it, and as people received it, I thought it was time to tell it again. And so today you're going to hear the original Adjulah, who was the lady in the story, as was told to me, as I say, 50 years ago. Now, the basic part of this story is it, like so many stories, may not have happened this way, but nonetheless, it's true. And so I'd like to introduce you to the lady Adjulah. And here she is.
Instead of being this rather good-looking, mature gentleman, I'm about to become Adjulah. So here we go. Well, hello. I'm Adjulah. I'm a very, very old person. Why, I was here before the world was. I'm so old that I can't even remember what I can't remember. But I do remember a story about you. It was oh so long ago. The old one, the crazy one, he's always making this and creating that and doing all kinds of weird things. He came to me with his hands together. Adjulah, Adjulah, look what I've done. I backed away because I didn't want anything to do with the crazy one. And he opened his hands. And out came the dead black, the darkness. And it covered above me and below me and in front of me and in back of me and on this side and that. And I was very frightened. But as I looked, there was a sparkle here and a sparkle there and little lights all over. And it was beautiful. And he grabbed me by the arm and said, old Adjulah, come and look at this. And he took me to the place. And I looked at the place, and it was truly beautiful. It had mountains that kissed the sky, and crystal rivers that ran and ran, and plains that went on forever, and there were green forests. And there were animals, there were antelope and elephants, lions and wildebeest, and it was so beautiful. I turned to say, oh, but he was gone. Where'd the old man go? Ah, there he is. He's in his hammock between those palm trees, and he's reaching down for his jug of palm wine. And 1, 2, 3 swigs of palm wine. Well, we won't be seeing the old one for a while. Just as well. So I went over to look at the place, and I studied it, and I studied it, and I realized there was something wrong with the place. So I ran over to the old man, and I grabbed his hammock, and I shook it and shook it and shook it, but the old man wouldn't wake up. So I gave it another shake. Old man, wake up! But he slept on. So I gave it one big elephant shake. And the old man propped himself up on one elbow and opened one eye, and he grunted a bit and then reached beneath his hammock and pulled up his bunker stick. And he said, old one, Adjulah, you bother me once more, and I'll use this bunker stick on your old bones. And then he fell back to sleep. Well, old Adjulah knows that if he used that bunker stick on this poor lady, it would be very, very unpleasant. So let him sleep. I went back to the place, and I looked at it, and I looked, and I thought, and I studied, and then I had an idea. I knew what was wrong with the place. And so I reached down, and I grabbed a handful of dirt. And then I took a pinch of strength, and I took some water from the river, and I took some love from over there, and I grabbed a beautiful cloud, and I took a bit of courage, and I took some beautiful shine from the sunshine, and I took some kindness, and I put them all in my hand, and I mixed, and I shaped, and I beat, and I pounded, and I twisted and tore, and I formed a U. And I put the U in the place. Well, I was pretty proud of what I did. I should celebrate. So I snuck over and I got some of the old man's palm wine, and yeah, that was just right. But then I got thinking, if one U works, what about two U's? So I grabbed a little dirt, I grabbed a little love, I grabbed a little strength, a little water, some of this and some of that, and I shaped and I mixed and I twisted and I got all the stuff together, and pretty soon I had another U. So I put that U into place, and I got thinking, maybe another little swig wouldn't hurt. Yes, ma'am, that really worked. What about two U's? I could make a whole bunch of them. And so what I did, I got a little more dirt, a little more strength, a little more cloud, some sticks and stones, and mixed and matched and popped and wiggled and twisted. And I made another U and another U, and I made a whole group of U's. And I was feeling good, so good, and so tired, I just had to take a little rest. And so I laid right down and fell soundly asleep. And I slept, and I slept, and I slept. When all of a sudden there was a noise so loud that it wakened me. And I looked all around. Well, the old man wasn't awake. The noise was coming from the place. I went and I looked. There was a U beating a U. And look there, there's a U burning down the forest. And look, there's a U who's made a slave of a U. And a U that's pouring filth into the beautiful rivers. I decided, I ran over and I got the old man's bunker stick. And I held it up and I lifted it up and I was about to bring it down when I heard a sound that was so loud I could barely hear it. And I looked again, and there's a U caring for a sick U, and there's a U cleaning the filth out of the river, and there's a U teaching another U, and there's a U planting a tree. I held the bunker stick back, and I thought to myself, well, I won't use that bunker stick quite yet, but then again, it all depends on you.